Welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on Mad About Mini Paper Pads. This is a monthly hop that we each do so that we can use up some of these mini paper pads that we are either hoarding or have too many of, all of the above. I have Vicki Boutin's Print Shop paper pad, and I mean, it's kind of a well-loved pad. There's a lot of scraps and stuff sitting here. I've even got some of the little tags already cut out as well to use. So I've got to make some decisions on what I'm using for this layout. But to get me started, I do have today's 30 days of sketches. This is series 20 and day 21. This sketch was created by Elaine King, and I will have her Instagram account listed down below so that you can leave her some love. And I know that she will absolutely appreciate any love that you might leave her, so please do that. I love that this sketch is kind of bare bones. It gives you the triangles going down that left side and a little bit of embellishments and a couple photos, but pretty much everything else is up to you. Now, I've been going back and forth on what I was going to use for this layout. I am bringing in my How to Kill a Kit with Style, and it's also my counterfeit kit for the month of March, and I will be using that. So I also have these triangles, these wood veneer triangles that were in my kit. And I included this title piece and all of these little acrylic pieces from my kit as well. And then these are the photos that I am planning on playing with. These photos were taken in my scrapbook space shortly after a move. And this time it was not a military move. We had been renting a house in Clarksville, Tennessee for, I think, for 2 years. Is that right? Yeah, it was right at 2 years. And then the seller or the owners decided to sell, and we still had another year and a half almost left at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And I know that might be confusing because we did live in Clarksville, Tennessee. That base straddles the two states, and so we just chose to live on the Tennessee side versus the Kentucky side. Anyway, we had to move, and so these are photos that I took after setting up my scrapbook room again. I mean, it's not giving you a whole lot of details, and these are the only photos that I actually took, but I just took these photos because my little cabinet there, which I still have, and it is still full, it just makes me happy because I could see all the colors. And then you can see I had my washi tape in the top two spots on that turntable. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to get started, and I'll be right back. So this stencil is one of the new 49 and Market stencils with Sizzix. It is probably one of my new favorite stencils. I've been using it a lot since I've gotten it, and I don't think I've used this part yet. If I have, I don't remember. But I wanted to get this design on here. I know I've used the one in the lower left corner a lot, but I really love this whole stencil. And so I'm going to put this up here. This is chipped sapphire. And I'm going to flip it upside down to put it in that lower left corner as well. I am going to use the same colors. I'm going to kind of stick with a blue and purpley theme for the most part for this layout. Originally, I had chosen a piece of patterned paper for this background, but to use it for the sketch, I would have had to turn it on its side, and it had a lot of text on it, and it wasn't small text, it was rather large text. And I decided that made me twitchy, and I asked a couple of friends, and they agreed with me. It was not going to look right on its side. So I put that beautiful piece of pattern paper aside, and I just decided to make my own background. Now I am masking off the X's, the cross stitch up there at the top. And I'm going to be using, I think this is Seedless Preserves that I'm using to put the cross stitch on there. again, I really love this stencil, and there's just so many fun things that you can do with it. I do have a video on my channel currently where I've used, pretty sure I used this stencil, and I showed how to do the resist technique to make your own irresistibles like what Vicki Boutin put out. I love hers. I own hers. They're fun, but you know, it's fun to also try to see, well, how could I do this myself kind of thing. And you know, that was kind of fun. So now I've got both stitched borders down, and my next step is going to add some more ink to the background using the packaging technique. I believe this is Mermaid Lagoon. Not positive, I can't tell on the screen, but I think it's fun when I put it on top of my stenciling that it also caused those inks to react as well, because of course distress inks were made to react with water, and it was something I expected, but I love how this background turned out. The packaging technique is one of the easiest mixed media techniques that you can do next to stenciling, and I just think it's a fun way to add color to a very white background. And I'm very happy with how this turned out, and we're going to go ahead and move along to the next part of the video. I did allow that background to dry just a little bit before moving on. I'm going to bring in this mini paper pad, and I'm going to pull this geometric coral color, and this is where I add in this next color, this coral, and I'm going to use that to mat my photos. I'm going to make a single photo mat. One of my photos is taller, so that's going to leave me with a little bit of a space at the top of the photo of myself, and that is okay. I'm also going to give myself permission to cut or throw away the scraps that I cut off here. They're just not big enough for much of anything, and I guess I could save them, but you know what? I'm getting ready to move again, and every little piece of paper counts, guys, don't you think? So it's going to go about right here. I've got my triangles cut, and I'm going to probably move these around when I glue things down, but I'm just going to get them on here. I did use my Spellbinders nesting triangle die to do that. You could use a Cameo if you want, or you could hand cut them if you're brave. I'm not that brave. So this is another piece of paper from the 6x8 paper pad. Again, this paper pad is Vicki Boutin's Print Shop. And I'm just going to cut this banner, which is kind of a dark turquoise, aqua, whatever color you want to call that. And it says Everyday Magic. And that is going to end up at the top where I have that extra space on that photo. So I have that. And I'm kind of thinking about using another piece from that, but I don't end up doing that. I also have embellishments from Discover and Create in my counterfeit kit this month, and that's where that paint palette came from. Also the paint palette that's black at the top, and the pair of scissors as well. And these are things that I've been wanting to get used this month, and they just haven't worked out yet. So I'm pretty pleased that I used all of those bits and pieces on here. These white leafy bits were... I was playing with my Pink for Studios leaf die, and I used it on another layout recently. I believe it was my Rainbow Magic layout that I used that on, and it was a little scrap left, so I went ahead and cut those out. I brought in these wood veneer pieces. I am not going to use them. I do not like how this looks. I have been trying to figure out a way to use these all stinking month with no, it's just, they've not looked good on anything I've wanted to put on so far. So I'm going to leave them on there for now while I finish putting things in. I'm going to try to get some of these other bits and pieces out of the way, tucking that paint palette up there at the top, making sure that my scissors still fit, and that's about it. All right, I got this layout completely done. Instead of using those wood veneer triangles, I went ahead and just stitched on my paper triangles and added some foam adhesive behind them. And that, I think, gave it the texture and the little bit of oomph that I was looking for in this layout. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. And I hope that you enjoyed this process video. If you're new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Just click that button down below. Make sure that you check out that description box for the 30 Days of Sketches playlist, plus the hop list for Mad About Mini Paper Pads, where we will inspire you to use your mini paper pads. And I think that's important, that we inspire you to use these things that we tend to hoard or buy and decide that we don't know what we're going to do with them. And I think it's just important that we get inspiration to do that and give it. So I hope that you will hop along with that list and get some great ideas for your mini paper pads. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.